Okay, so real quick, let me pause this. I'm hooked. I'm guilty. You can expect. Well, first off, I want to thank Alex. Is it Bitro, Bitro, my homeboy. Um, just I'm watching this What Is a Woman documentary here, and it's gonna be very interesting to break it down. His offer to the table earlier, uh, in terms of a topic to discuss, amongst the audience, the group, the supporters, um, is essentially masculinity. Why is it so wrong now, and why is it labeled as something that is toxic? Men becoming masculine has essentially helped us survive. We were naturally hunter gatherers, and that's kind of been our role, from primitive ages to current day. But if you fast forward to current day and we reflect, there's quite a bit of now nuance that wasn't always there. So I just want to kind of announce, this is the announcement video, that I have in fact. Hello, my dear, and what's up, Brandy? Cindy, Brandy, welcome. I'm happy to report it's going to be a much more interesting show tonight, because I have found me a copy. Because I'm not paying for the Daily Wire. You have to pay $100 and subscribe for I think a year to watch their content. I'm very interested in the movie they have about the school shooting. I'm very interested about the documentary by this fella. I don't even know his name. He's well spoken. He's a smart individual. Here's a little dialogue. Okay, here's a little. No copyright strike here. Okay, I'm just gonna show a little bit of this footage. This man who just started the premise, simple premise of what is a woman, fundamentally asking the question, without taking any of the. I don't want to be perceived as seeming biased, but you guys know where I stand, okay? When it comes to men that identify as women competing in sports against other women, I am labeled and I accept the term TERF. Trans radical exclusionary something or another. That's the label, that's the acronym. Feel free to look it up and be baffled. See, when you accept certain truths, now you are given a label. You are assigned a badge, and attached to that badge is bigotry. So because I won't accept, like it's not even a matter of accepting. It's just, to me, it's a matter of fact. It's a man that has taken hormones and is competing with other women, natural biological women. Why can't I just say that without being called a bigot? Because I didn't go out of my way and say anything offensive to anybody, but me, I'm not even using the term dead naming, which is what got Jordan Peterson in trouble with Twitter. He and Joe Rogan even lambasted him, and I haven't seen that. Joe Rogan, the arbiter of free speech guy, he criticized Peterson for dead naming, which is knowingly naming somebody who has transferred, or whatever the term is, when you go from female to male, which in this case is Ellen Page to Elliot Page. Uh, Jordan Peterson just didn't respect her pronoun and identity, and that's a part of why he has been banned. So are we banning the truth, or are we protecting feelings? It's an important question to ask. And I'm going to later on watch Joe Rogan to understand where he came from here. Yes, thank you so much, Cindy. Matt Walsh, that's what I'm watching. So here's a clip. He's talking to a radical. I'm gonna call him, yeah, radical, because her whole expertise is rooted in her being a feminist. I didn't hear in her, what do you call it, her resume, building up to where she is now, speaking with Matt Walsh, is that, oh, I accept that everybody, you know what, tail the tape. She talks about being assigned a gender. He's like, what does that mean? I love this guy already, and I'm only 5 minutes in. Hold on.
Some women have penises, right? Some men have vaginas. That's not how gender works.
How do we know that? How do we know that that's not true? Where do we? Where did we learn that from?
Yeah, well, I learned that from hearing from transgender people who've said like, oh, I'm a trans woman, and just because I happen to have a penis, right, that doesn't mean that this is like who I am.
So they're going with the whole psychology versus biology narrative. See, I'm all for, live and let live. Okay? I'm not going to go Old Testament here and say, keep it behind closed doors. But we are at a point where people are trying to identify what the truth is for something that fits more comfortably for them. For them, they, the individual. We cannot play with the word truth because the truth is just what it is. It stands on its own foundation. It has its own 2 feet and is firmly planted on the ground of which it relies upon for its foundation. The truth is not always pure. The truth is not always pleasant, but it is simply that. It's between the coin with heads and tails. It's that little curvature. It's the in between of the circular coin. It's that little area that never changes. So I look at it like heads is one person's narrative and opinion, tails is the other person's narrative and opinion. And right there, smack dab in the middle, is the truth. Unchanging, unwavering, unaffected by biases on each side. So I'm going to watch this, and then out of respect and in humility, that our buddy Alex, who joined the Facebook page, Progressive Patriot, House of Madness, misspelled madness, suggested that I talk about masculinity. This would be a good stepping stone. Right now, I'm already absolutely intrigued, and I know I'm going to see some very offended individuals about this topic. I'm not trying to depict myself as any villain or bigot or person with hate in my heart. There's going to be people that watch this because, they know me and they know I really don't have bitterness in me towards maybe more to myself than others. But when it comes to what the truth is, I will not falter. I will not bend the knee. And I will debate this till I am blue in the face. Because the truth will remain. The truth will set you free. The truth will have you facing reality. That was a freestyle. No. So, let me get back to watching this. If I was so confident this wouldn't get me a YouTube strike, I'd have a watch party. But, as it stands, I'm not even watching it properly. I found a private link. So, see you guys later on. It'll be interesting. Ta-ta. Oh, this is the awkward point before turning it off. Here we go.